Yo, what's up, my people? Welcome to This Week in WWE 2K24 MYFACTIon. We're going to discuss several things such as the April live events. I'm surprised they don't have a bigger logo up just yet. But if you go to the latest news, they're also mentioning about faction models with persona cards that are now usable in all areas of the game. Unlock alternate tires used throughout the game. I don't know if that means they got new ones or not, but it says new cards are available on the Faction Wars exchange, so I'm going to be checking that out. Hopefully we don't get disappointed. I think this should be the week that we also see WrestleMania cards. I don't see why they wouldn't do it before WrestleMania. I mean, it's WrestleMania week, so we should see some WrestleMania cards. We normally see cards around that time. So let's go ahead and jump into my faction and see what the daily logins are. Also, today you may notice a little background noise. It may get worse. It's starting to get hot, and you know what that means. My little weird studio area, which is not a studio area, it's my bedroom, I may have to crank the AC from time to time. So we got the Superstar Series 1 packs right now. So you got the 50 MFP and you got 100 MFP on Monday and Thursday. We got the Faction Award tickets for 3 days, Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. Wednesday, you got the side plates, silver. Saturday, you got the side plates, gold. And you will get the Superstar Series 1 pack if you log in 5 days out of the week. It does not have to be consecutively, but you need to make sure you do that. And I hate to do this, but no, I'm not gonna do it. I was worried about my fan. Again, my fan. Because, like I say, but y'all guys gonna have to get used to that anyway. My thing should be cutting off some of the noise anyway, but sometimes it does not cut off the noise. When I open my mouth, you hear a little bit. Not as much as I hear, but you hear a little bit. Alright, so let's go ahead and pop into the Faction Wars exchange. They were acting like there were some new things in the Faction Wars exchange. So let's see what's going on here. Alright, the rotating cards have changed. You got Delita in here, you got Raquel, you have Chad, you have Randy. These are 3,200, all of these, even though they went down in the Faction Wars. You know, as far as the Faction Wars points that you can gain, the credits you can gain, they went down in that, but they made sure they kept these high as possible. So 3,200. Some may say, well, it ain't nothing but chicken wing to get that, but since they're limiting how often you go through it, it kind of makes it kind of hard to really do it. But those are the rotating cards. These are okay, but as far as seeing people use these that many online, they probably won't. But who cares about online right now, because it's full of a bunch of cheaters and cheapos and people that just want to stump spam and strike spam. The stump spam is the biggest problem, because that's a hard to counter thing. 2K, bring it back just like it used to be, where it just auto reversal when someone is stump spamming. But yeah, I might still pick up this Sonya Deville, because I just like Sonya as well. Tegan Knox, no issues against Natty just right now. I'm just kind of, you know, she's been in these games for years. I'm not in a rush to get her in my lineup. So the rotating cards are the new ones. Are there any new faction bosses? So far I see no new faction bosses. No. So there's no new faction bosses. The only thing that changed were the rotating cards. So just, they should have put like at least one good ruby in there. I feel like charge you a good price of 4,000, 5,000, and give us something good ruby. Honestly, I feel like they should have made Lita a ruby card, jacked up to like 82, 84, somewhere in between that. That would have been pretty cool. To have that Lita in there, or the Randy, made him ruby. That way we will see more ruby. You know, we'll see more Randy Ortons online. Made him a ruby or something. In a way, I feel like we getting. I like the Faction Wars prizes better than the other system in a way, and let me explain. It's because you had a set cards, and they usually were all like good cards, usually except one or two of them. But you had like 4 or 5 cards, and all of them were usually good cards. Usually, one even better than the rest. Hopefully, after a while, they'll do that with this Faction Wars as well. But right now, they're not doing it. Let's go ahead and keep this thing moving. Let's check out the live events for the week. All right, so we talked about this, the Emperor card. It says I do not have the card, and I don't think 2K has been paying too much attention to us on Instagram, X, etc. Because we told them about that card, which was supposed to be the week 6 card, which is glitched, which has not been fixed, and this is a very bad look right now, a very bad look. Because that card, we gained it and it's not there. If you guys know a way to glitch it in the game to get it back or make it show up in the game, let us know in the comments below, because right now it ain't there, it ain't hitting. It's a pretty bad thing. But let's go ahead and talk about the event. Now, I'm not gonna even talk about this event. Just know that you're supposed to be able to get a Macho Man Randy Savage and other things. That's all I'm gonna say right now. The other event that is available is called Queen's Mayhem. The Queen has been on a rampage. Can you survive the Queen's rage during this match? It is a Extreme Rules match for 2,000 MFP. You can use pretty much anybody you want. I'm guessing this is against Charlotte Flair. Who other Queen would it be? And it's probably a Extreme Rules match on SmackDown. That's all it says there. Upcoming this week, in 3 days, we have these two, the Academia War, but you're gonna need Andre Chase and Duke Hudson from the Superstar Series packs. Some have been asking me online, should they purchase these? No, I've said it in a video. Do not purchase these from the card market. They're not worth it. Duke maybe, but if you already have Andre Chase, go ahead and purchase Duke. But still, you're not gonna be gaining more than 1,000, because Duke is like 1,000 or so just to buy anyway. Also, the Vikings invasion. Vikings are storming the ring, seize the treasure before the Raiders do. So it's a TLC tag match. You can get a legend pack, Apex tier reward. You also can get some consumables for Sapphire and up to 1,500 MFP. But in 9 days, Empress of Tomorrow is going to be probably one to look out for. A Legends pack, though, I'm going to be honest, unless you're trying to get the collector's levels, I don't know. Can you defeat the Empress of Tomorrow? Bring out your best superstar to challenge Asuka. That's in 9 days. We'll talk about that more once the time comes up. But just know, in 3 days, in case I don't do a video on it, Vikings Invasion and Academia War is going down. So those are the live events. Last week I said it was a mad week. I called it a no yeet week after breaking it down, because that's what I felt like. It was just a no yeet. But I still like to put in concept how well they do the weekly towers, and that's what we're about to do right now. Weekly towers. The prize, Sami Zayn, 75. 75. I pretty much figured out the range. You know, the Sapphires aren't going to go over 80 points. Now, when you get to the Ruby range, it's going to be 80 points and a little bit higher. Amethyst is going to probably be higher tier 85s. You know, that kind of thing. High 80s. So first up, you face Joe Coffey on Raw. What? Are we doing this now? Here we go. Joe Coffey Raw. Trish Stratus for your second opponent, one-on-one. Boogeyman, one-on-one. I mean, it is possible that Joe Coffey could show up on Raw, but, you know, right now he's not a part of the main roster, as well as Boogeyman. I mean, he's the legend, though. That's a little different. Table match with Boogeyman. Shotzi. Is Shotzi on Raw? Because I don't think she's on Raw. Steel cage match with Shotzi. I think one of the things they're trying to do is make sure that they're not going over blue sapphire range with these towers. So maybe they don't have, there's got to be a Natty. We just seen like Natty and Raquel They could have put both of them in this tower. But we got Shotzi in here at 75. And then we got Becky, the top opponent in Hell Cell match on Raw at 82, completing. Just a little bit over the place. I don't want this to start being a thing. They definitely could have put somebody else there. It could have been Sammy. There's definitely a Sammy reward card that I know in the token market, which I think there was an award that you get from the levels. But I know there's Sammys out there. You could have put it in there. And we already talked about the women cards that could have been put in there. The Boogeyman, I'll let that one slide since he has a star, a legendary star. So I'll let that one slide. But Shotzi, Joe Coffey kind of out of place. It doesn't really fit the theme of Raw. But you never know. People could show up on Raw, but I don't want to keep giving them that, you know, maybe 1 or 2 matches that way. That is 1 or 2 matches, so maybe I should chill. I'm just really funny about these things being themed and whatnot. But it's not a bad prize. It's not that far off base, so I'll give it a C. They're not failing. C- tower for week 8. But yo, somebody needs to check in on this. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to play this final match over and see what happens. But he's not in there. He is not in our market. No matter what we do, he's not there. He is not there. You can go to the weekly tower rewards. Sammy's here. Well, they're there, but you notice they're not highlighted. If I would have, they should be highlighted. Is it showing up as I collected them? No, it says I have 0 out of 2 of the weekly tower rewards. You see how these are highlighted? It should be like that. It should be highlighted. They're not highlighted. So I'm thinking that Valhalla is gonna come up in the Viking Raiders thing this week. But it is what it is. I don't know. I still like Faction Wars, but I feel like right now we need something big to pop off. And I expect that, you know, the week of WrestleMania, something big to pop off. Last week, you know, I let things slide with being a no geek med kind of week. You know, this is the week of WrestleMania, and there should be some big time events coming through. UFC, every pay-per-view. You can say what you want about the UFC game, the state of the gameplay, etc., the balancing. But when it comes time for events, for their pay-per-views, they do it right all the time. Alternates being there. A nice little battle pass card being available to everyone just to play the game and do things in the game, giving you rewards for all the matches you play, hitting combos, finishers, etc., earning points to get the new unlockables, aka the alternates. So I thought Persona cards would be the same way. Why isn't there not a Persona card being offered to us for WrestleMania week by doing things in my faction? For example, play so many faction wars, etc., 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 or just gaining our MFP through Faction Wars for a new WrestleMania card that's only available in the Faction Wars store via Faction Wars exchange points. Why not do that? There should have been a new Faction Wars thing in here. I'm just saying, even if it was a legendary Randy Orton or the card that everyone's been waiting on, Seth Rollins, in this exchange, available in this exchange to be purchased with Faction War points, maybe a little higher than the others, but giving us something to do during WrestleMania, special WrestleMania reward. I got ideas for days. Maybe they just don't. I'm just that type of person. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. I've been ranting for 15 minutes. Be aware on Twitch and here, sometimes I do live streams, grinding in Myfaction and other things. So make sure you hit the notifications, subscribe to the Twitch and here, so you don't miss a thing. And I'll see you guys next show, next video. I'm out of here. Peace.